Good morning, everyone. We wish to extend a warm Encompass welcome and heartfelt thank you for taking time this morning to spend with us.
His accomplishments include founding and leading Columbia Group, becoming CEO of Alive Publishing. Vic then founded Alive for Wellness, a program that works to help people overcome mental health struggles. And then finally in 2015, Vic formed the Resilient Minds Project, which is a training program that supports people to increase resiliency and personal performance.
And what we do with those things in our life that aren't working well is we try to hide them. We try to get up in the morning and go out in society and be someone that I'm not really.
So every human has unrealized potential beyond what we can even comprehend. Think about it. Just think about people who tap into that potential. And what helps us tap into that potential is us being able to look at ourselves and find out what's working well, what's not working so well, and being able to face that head on. Awareness and consciousness. So we're going to talk a little bit about all of the insurance carriers and what their responses are, and how's that going to impact us, and then what our role is in the organization for you. If you get a -2 and you deserve -10, we'll call that unfair. This is a really exciting time for us. People Corp is all across Canada in terms of their offices and a large organization. Let me tell you a little bit more about what that strategic partnership will be. And then also your questions of, okay, what is going to change, what's not going to change, and then why did we actually choose them to partner with versus another organization? So I can rest assured with you, and I think the cover letter that we sent out gave you a little bit of information as well. What then will change? When we look at additional services and products that we're able to come up with different creative ideas for and with you, we're excited about that, as well as regional support. So if we are not necessarily staffed in Winnipeg or Toronto or wherever it might be, and we need an employee session there, we're able to utilize our regional support partners. Organizations that are like Encompass, and so we will be partnering with them, and we're able to draw out the professionalism and the specialty areas of each of these, and they're also able to draw on our resources as well as we partner and firm together. So thank you for the journey, and we look forward to the next 37 years. I will be retired by that time. But I am still leading the organization and for the next several years and this amazing team as well.
Congratulations. I think that's really good news for you and for us as well.
Hey, great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Second that. Jennifer, second that, Brett. Well done.
Yeah, looking forward to the next venture.
Thank you so much for having us join you today.
Typical to many of the individuals that we work with, Sam had access to an EAP program, and so in January of last year, she makes the decision that she's had enough. The stress of finances has really pushed her to the limit, and so she reaches out and engages with the EAP program. In her instance, that means setting her up with a credit counselor to help with the financial aspect, but then also setting her up with a mental health therapist to really help with the stress that she's feeling relative to her illness, provide support around building coping strategies, building skills, maybe delivering some sort of specific therapy because maybe she's having some anxiety, some depression and things like that, secondary to her concern about her illness. And so that nurse really sets all those programs up, gets her engaged with those various types of counselors, and then follows along.
EAPs can report back to you with utilization, which helps give you the overall health of the organization. And it really helps you to be able to see sort of what's going on in the workplace. If there's any indicators, if there's something that they notice, they can tell you. Then they can work towards maybe promotion or a certain topic. There are lunch and learns available for EAPs.
He is our organization's lead.
Good day to you all. My name is Graham Horner, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Group Solutions for Western Canada at People Corporation. And it is my pleasure to be joining you virtually today. Under different circumstances, I would have been joining you in person, and that is something that I look forward to doing as soon as we are able to do so safely. On behalf of the team here at People Corporation, I'd like to welcome you to our family. As you will know at this point, People Corporation and Encompass Benefits and HR Solutions formed a partnership just last week. For those of you who are not familiar with our firm People Corporation, we are a Canadian national provider of HR benefits and pension solutions. I can tell you that as an organization, we have admired Encompass for many years, for some really good reasons. Encompass brings best-in-class solutions to the market, top-tier consulting, and above all else, an unwavering commitment to serve their clients with integrity and with transparency. People Corporation is enormously proud to work alongside Encompass to continue to innovate and deliver our combined solutions in HR, benefits, and pension. This is an exciting day for our teams, and I look forward to being able to meet many of you in person at some point soon. Enjoy the rest of the event today and stay safe. Thank you.
Our very own Christy Winther, Manager of Retirement Services.
Market's been doing. Please take my apologies for a little bit of market jargon here for just a minute. We want to look at and talk about very briefly about how the financial markets have been impacted this year. And then we'll discuss what members are doing in response to this.
Through the years of experience in law enforcement, Faith combines her frontline experiences in de-escalation and pattern detection and effective communication. You can strengthen connections and improve teamwork through influential decision-making and problem solving. But it can be tough to get there on your own.
Very simple thing that you can do before you go to any meeting is to walk in, I'm ready, right? Put your hands together with your thumbs up. I got this. The moment that I feel nervous, remember that song you were going to have to sing earlier, which you might still have to sing in order to win a prize later? If you stand with a toe elevated, it will actually level out your shoulders and lift everything up for you. Something that's very easy to do, and you can do it while sitting in your office and you look more alert. Lift those eyebrows, and believe it or not, the white papers and research are telling us it makes us more creative. If I'm going to create what's good for me on my best day, I want attention, but so do they. And as leaders in an organization and from an influence perspective, we are being observed. When it comes to influence, it really comes down to 3 A's: attention, affiliation, and approach. So attention, what am I paying? Are they paying attention to me? Am I paying attention to them? Affiliation, how are we connecting? How are we belonging? How are we showing up for one another? And approach, am I approaching them the way that I want them to approach me? If I call a meeting and this guy shows up with that expression, what does it do inside my body that says, I now either have to fix that or I think they're not engaged. They're not interested. So we have to be very mindful of those kinds of experiences that we're creating for people. When I look bored and somebody says to me, is everything okay? If you get asked, is everything okay at least 3 times, check what's happening in the body. I'm going to encourage you to go back to that standing up, get your thumbs up, your toes up, lift your eyebrows. By the way, it just makes you look taller and thinner anyway. And so I encourage you to think about that. What is the impression or the imprint, the lasting legacy you want to give people? And so if we can kind of keep ourselves focused, not on the things that aren't working, but on the things that are. If we can look at what we can do instead of what we can't do, then we can start to feel more motivated, inspired, and energized. And Vic was not wrong this morning. Cardiovascular. I tell everyone they should own a dog, literally, for a number of reasons. One, they meet you at the door. The second is that they tend to make you go regardless of weather. You have to go for a walk. So we need to start thinking about how do we demonstrate caring? How do we show up differently? We are often the hardest on the people closest to us.